The Nationality and Borders Act.
What is it and why is it dangerous?
The Act as a hostile environment tool.
Instead of reviewing the controversial hostile environment policy, the government has reinforced it by introducing an inhumane Nationality and Borders
Act.
Why is it so dangerous and how can we oppose it?
The Act contains provisions about nationality, asylum, immigration, victims of slavery, and human trafficking. It imposes additional stigma and danger on already vulnerable groups of migrants. The Act was first introduced by the UK government in July 2021. Despite opposition from many MPs, campaigning groups, and the public, the law was passed on 28 April 2022, and it came into force on 28 June 2022.
Clause 11 of the Act divides migrants using a two-tier system determined by how they arrive in the UK. Asylum seekers are expected to arrive through a regular route, i.e. directly from the country where they face persecution. Those who arrive through an irregular route are deemed bad migrants and have their rights restricted. They may also face up to 4 years in prison.
What is the reality? People fleeing regimes, war, and persecution often do not have the chance to use safe routes. They flee in fear for their lives, and efforts to obtain a visa are lengthy and in authoritarian countries mostly unsuccessful.
With the Nationality and Borders Act in power, many more migrants face persecution. Despite having no right to work, asylum seekers also have limited access to welfare benefits. They are often denied family reunion, which limits their families' access to a safe route of arrival in the UK. Many families are forced to choose between separation and undertaking a dangerous journey through a third country. The Act is expected to prevent 3,500 persons a year from being reunited with their families. The Act also allows some people to be stripped of their citizenship without warning.
Rwanda Plan. The government also announced plans to deport people arriving via irregular routes to Rwanda. The Rwanda Plan is a blatant attack on human rights, and it sparked widespread protests and legal challenges. The first deportation flight, which was meant to depart in June, was stopped after mass protests and a last-minute European Court of Human Rights ruling. However, in December, the High Court ruled that the Rwanda Plan is lawful. Now the UK government is trying to reinstate this cruel measure by introducing a new policy, the Illegal Migration Bill, which we'll delve into in the next post.
Processing centers. The Act also introduced large-scale accommodation centers instead of housing newcomers within our communities. Living conditions in such centers are often inhumane. We'll delve into this in a future post. The government often justifies such segregation as a necessary safety precaution, which only serves to other asylum seekers and reinforce negative preconceptions about migrants being quote-unquote dangerous.
The Act also proposes age assessments, determining if someone is an adult or a child, using traumatizing pseudoscientific methods such as examining and measuring parts of a person's body, and the analysis of saliva, cell, or other samples taken from a person. There is no way to scientifically and objectively assess someone's age. As a result of this, many children are wrongly identified as adults and denied such rights as education and foster care. The process is racist, ableist, and transphobic. Bodies of people who don't fit the white cis able-bodied standard have higher chances of getting wrongly assessed.
The Act will affect everyone's lives, including British citizens and those with indefinite leave to remain. According to a Refugee Council report, introducing the Nationality and Borders Act will cost the taxpayer $2.7 billion per year, an average of $140 per household. You can learn more about the cost of the Act in the Together with Refugees report, A Bill at What Price?
The Act has now fully come into force, but we still have the power to oppose it. Write to our MPs. Tell them that we want a fair asylum system. Protest.
Join protests across the country against implementing certain measures of the Act, such as the Rwanda flights. Organize. Join movements that fight for migrant justice, such as Solidarity Knows No Borders, Migrants' Rights Network, and Together with Refugees.